Hey y'all, welcome back to Apron Strings and in this good warm kitchen. It's about 60 outside today and I've already been outside and cleaned out in the chicken coop and raked a bunch of leaves, and I told them as much of the leaves as I can get up now I won't have to do in spring when I enjoy sitting out in my sitting areas out there. I'll have it kind of clean to start with. Y'all ever had one of those pink peanut patties? They're kind of sugary and round and pink. I think it's Dickie's peanut patty is the name of it. And I think Buc-ee's has them at their places now if y'all have a Buc-ee's around. I always liked them. And I have a recipe that I'm going to share with you today that tastes like them, but it's individual peanuts. The peanuts are individually coated you cook them in the syrup till they're dry, and then you roast them in the oven a little bit, but it tastes just like those peanut patties. And I was thinking, oh wait, let me do a disclaimer. I don't watch Super Bowl, I don't watch football, I've never liked football, but I like food. And I know that at any kind of gathering, you need some little munchy stuff for people to walk by and get them a little bit. Well, this would be perfect for Super Bowl, something different because everybody don't make them. But it's a copycat of the peanut patty, but it's just the peanuts. We're not going to put it in a mold and form it into a patty. So let's get over here to the butcher block. And it doesn't take very much. It takes water, sugar, peanuts, some red food coloring, and a stove. That ain't bad, is it? So we'll get it going now. As usual, I'm going to double the recipe. So the card that I take a picture of is just for half as much. But a long time ago, my husband's oldest sister, Olita, gave me this recipe. I mean, I bet you it's been 35 years ago. And I used to make it more often, but you know how you make stuff when you first get it, you just about wear it out, and then you get tired of it? Well, it's been a while since I've made it. But my recipe card simply says Olita's Peanuts, but that's what it is. It's the pink peanut patty copycat. So let's get it going. It's going to take a little bit to cook it, and then it'll cool, and then I'll put them in a dish, and whoever happens by here, and it's usually grandkids, they'll enjoy munching on them. And y'all can make them for Super Bowl or put them in a cute little something or another. They're pink, Valentine's. They'll go in a heart dish or something. So there's a couple of days coming up that you could use this for whatever, or you could use it for the rest of your life because they're good. Okay, I'm going to get the camera tilted down where you can kind of see my ingredients. And I'm going to get them made so by the time the kids get here this evening, they'll have a snack to eat. You just need a pot that's big enough to hold your stuff. And I'm going to start off with half a cup of water and 2 whole cups of sugar. And I need to stir that around so it'll dissolve a little bit here. And then I'm going to add 4 to 6 tablespoons of red food coloring. Some of y'all don't like food coloring, and if you don't, I'm sorry. I'm nearly 70 years old and I've eaten it all my life. Maybe that's why I talk so much. I don't know what it does to you, but I've never worried about food coloring. So I've got this kind of mixed up here. I'm going to get me a measuring spoon over here where I can measure my food coloring. This is a new one that I picked up, and I don't know how much is in it. I got 2 of them just in case. I hope I don't slosh that all over me. I don't want to be red. Okay. Let's see how many we got in here. There's 1, 2, and about a teaspoon. So what I'm going to use is 2 bottles, and I'll tell you how big they are. I don't have my glasses on. I guess I need to find some so I can read a little dab here. This is 1 fluid ounce, so you're going to need 2 ounces because it's 2 to 3 tablespoons per recipe. and I doubled it. So I'm just going to use 2 bottles. You want your peanut patties to look pink and peanut patty-y, don't you? I'm just going to pour this bottle in because we've already measured one of them. Put those little thingamajiggers in there. I like to put the lid on this because I don't want it staining everything red. Got some sugar stuck up in the measuring spoon there. Alright, I'm just going to take my whisk and try to mix this in just a little bit so it's pretty and red, I know that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this on the stove and let our sugar and the water and the red food coloring mix real good and kind of start to simmer, making a syrup. And then I'm going to add my peanuts. And what you have to do is you have to stand here and stir those peanuts until this pot is totally dry. And your peanuts are dry. And then we're going to spread them on a cookie sheet and put them in the oven at about 350 for 15 to 20 minutes. And you want to stir them every little bit. So I think it won't take this long to melt the sugar. Y'all, I watched somebody on YouTube. He's called I forgot what he's called. Self-Sufficient Me, I think is the name of it. I love his Australian accent, but boy, he's a wealth of knowledge. And his raised beds are 30 inches tall, and I want some of them so bad. They're Birdie brand, B-I-R-D-I-E. Can't afford them. But they'd be good for when you get too old to bend over and work those 12-inch off the ground ones. Man, I'd love to have some of those oval beds. I wish Santa Claus was real. I definitely would be sitting on his lap telling him what I wanted. Maybe one day. The Lord's blessed me with a lot of stuff that I just wanted and not necessarily needed. So maybe one day. Okay, it's about to get clear, but I'm going to let it simmer a little bit so I'll be sure. And be careful where you lay that thing down because everything's going to be beet red, let me tell you. Your shirt, your hands, your fingernails, whatever it touches, it's going to get red. So I'm going to let that... I just want it to simmer so I know that the sugar's melted good. Then I put all those peanuts in it. Now I've already measured these peanuts, and I picked this up the other day at Costco because I knew I was going to make these. And this is 2 pounds and 4 ounces of peanuts. And this container is a heaping 6 cups. So if you want to just know what to buy, if you want to make a double batch, you just need one of these. And you can use the dry roasted, you can use raw peanuts, you can use the dry roasted, you can use raw. You just don't want something like the honey roasted, you want plain peanuts. And then we'll put our own little twist on it with our red syrup that we're going to do. Alright, we're starting to bubble a little bit. Okay, I cut the fire down a little bit. Here we go. And I need a stainless steel spoon so it won't stain it. I don't want to stain my wooden spoons. And you're just going to stir them and coat them. I want to make sure, I want to stir them until I can't see any more just naked looking peanuts. I'll tell you something funny. There's some chicken tenders at Costco and the brand is Bare, B-A-R-E. They taste like Chick-fil-A. They're delicious. So I was telling my daughter, because when I had some, Jordan loved them. And I was telling her, I said, but they're out of stock a lot of times, but you need to get some of those Bear chicken tenders, nuggets, pieces, whatever they call them, and have them for the kids. I said they're quick and easy to fix. They're already cooked. You just heat them. So she called me. She said, Mom, I tell you they're out of everything. So they didn't have any of them naked chicken nuggets. And I got so tickled. I finally caught my breath enough to say, baby, it's Bear, not naked. She said, well, it means the same thing. So anyhow, if y'all hadn't tried those Bear chicken nuggets, that's something for you to look for at Costco. They're very good. They're like $16 for 4 pounds, but you know you can get a bunch of meals, and if you go buy chicken tenders at Chick-fil-A or somewhere like that that's known, Cane's, Raising Cane's, you're going to pay quite a bit for 6 or 8 nuggets. So price-wise, a whole lot cheaper than buying chicken tenders somewhere. You want to stir this almost continuously, because when the syrup really starts thickening and there's no liquid, it sticks, and you don't want parched peanuts, burnt peanuts. So I'm just standing here, and I'll tell y'all about how long it takes for me to cook it, and I've got it on medium heat. I can tell that my syrup's cooking down, so it shouldn't take, it'll probably take 15 minutes or so. Because you want it totally dry. That's why when it starts getting dry, you have to keep stirring, or you'll have some burnt sides to your peanuts. It's been about 7 minutes, and most of my liquid is on the peanuts now, so it's just a matter of cooking them until they're dry. When I scooch them to the side, there's no liquid in the bottom. It's just beaded up around in there, so I'm on the downhill drag now. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, and you can see when I start to turn it, a bunch of them turn at one time, so it won't be long till they'll be dry enough that I can put them in the oven for about 15 or 20 minutes. It would have been easier, I'll just tell y'all right now, if I had done 2 small batches instead of a double batch, or if I had a bigger pot, because this is, it would have dried quicker. It would have had more space next to the pot. But this will do, and you don't have to worry about these turning to mush because you're stirring them so much, but try, if you're going to do it, I would do 2 small batches rather than doubling it. I remember now why I didn't do that. My arm is tired. Okay, I'm going to put them on the pan. They're not as dry as I wanted them to be, but that's because I doubled it. So I'm going to try to break them apart on the pan. But having them in the oven is going to finish drying them out. But I do want to spread them out more. So note to self, I'm going to put a note on the recipe so I'll remember not to double it. I mean, if you have a patty, it's joined together, but I wanted these to be individual peanuts that you could pick up. And when it comes out, I will be able to break them apart when they're drier. But the taste, oh my, I done picked up a few of them that fell off over there. Tastes just like that peanut patty. Hey, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get me another spoon. And you could probably put a little bit less red if you want them like more pink instead of red like this. Alright, I'm going to stick them in the oven, but I'm going to watch them. It says 15 to 20 minutes. I don't know if it'll take that long or not. But I'm going to put them in there and then I'll break them in pieces. Because if I try to do it now with my hands, it's going to stain them. Here's the peanuts. Let me just warn you, don't double the recipe. I cooked them on top of the stove and I stirred trying to get them dry like they do. And they were still gummy. But I could see they were turning darker, so I knew I needed to get them in the oven to try to dry them a little bit. They taste good. Mine are a little harder than yours will be because of the extra cooking. Don't double the recipe, go right by the recipe card. They taste good. They still have that same taste of that peanut patty, but those peanut patties are a little sugary like. These are a little bit, mine are a little crisper, but they still taste amazing. I've been munching, but I've already got them out of my teeth, so I'm not going to munch another one right now because I don't want to smile peanuts to y'all. I hope you'll try this. Let me know what you think about it. When I made them years ago, the kids loved them. They'd want a little bit of them in their lunch to take to school. You know how many years ago that's been. My kids are 45 and 50. It's been a day or two. But anyway, it's a good recipe. It's a good snack for people to have when you have a gathering. And they usually are a lighter pink color. And each peanut stands apart. Now these are going to be okay. They're in little clusters, and I promise you my bunch will eat them. But I like for it to turn out perfect. But I'm being real with y'all. Everything doesn't turn out perfect at my house or yours. And we just go ahead and eat it anyway. But if we know what it usually looks like, it makes us a little bit sad. So my whole deal is I doubled it and I shouldn't have. It's kind of like making fudge. You don't double the recipe, you make 2 batches. Well, I wasn't thinking, and I wanted to have some to share. And I will share them because they'll be eaten, but they're not as pretty as they would have been. So don't double the recipe, make a single recipe. Stir it in that pot on medium heat until each peanut will stand apart and they'll be dry. And then you put them in the oven for 15 or 20 minutes and stir them while they're in there. And they'll turn out good for you, and you'll be so glad you got this recipe. I hope y'all have a safe and happy week. I hope the good Lord blesses you with health and strength and good weather. It's pretty here today. The sun's shining and it's about 60 degrees. And I've had fun outside today. So tonight is our, most people's Wednesday night Bible study. Ours is on Tuesday night. So I'm going to get this finished and start uploading, and then I'll go to church after a while, and I hope when I get home it's uploaded, but I never know, and I'm not going to run into town because it is church night. I'm not going to run into town to upload it. So y'all will get this video and plenty of time to make some before the weekend if you want to. The Lord bless and keep y'all. He's a good Lord. Be sure to give him some thanks and praise. Thank him for this day, the present, this gift we opened today, and every other blessing that he's given you. And I'm thankful for each one of y'all. I pray for the ones on my YouTube channel. Those of you that have sent me prayer requests, I pray for those. And the Lord knows the need. He knows where you are and what you need. He's watching you, so you better be good. I'll see y'all in a day or two with something else good. We're still going to make the bone broth. I did put the chicken in the freezer. It was already frozen. But I'm going to be making some chicken bone broth. And I have 2 or 3 more that I'm going to have coming up. So y'all just hang on and watch for the bell to ring and listen for it to ring and run over here and watch the video. And please share my channel and watch every chance you get. I appreciate it. It's growing. Every day I'm getting some new subscribers, and I welcome y'all, and I thank you for watching. I'll be back here shortly with something else good.